Well, it seems we've got some Dusties in training. Shout out to Down to Earth. You wonder why they're building more prisons than schools? Maybe it's the behavior. Maybe it's the new trajectory of society. You can see where it's headed. Check it.
Maybe graphic to some. Now, according to the sheriff's office, video of this disturbing incident began circulating on social media today. Deputies say that a family member brought the video to them and an investigation immediately started.
Look at the
The video
ages.
that you're about to see may be graphic to some. Now, according to the sheriff's office,
Oh
video
my
of this disturbing
God.
incident began circulating on social media today. Deputies say that a family member brought the video to them and an investigation immediately started. Investigators determined that a man in the family was leaving the children with his aunt for long periods of time, sometimes even for days. In the video, you can see another family member who chose not to step in and break up the attack. 3 adults have been charged in connection with the violent attack. John McGregor Jr., Darnisha Sanders, and Malika White are charged with contributing to the delinquency of a minor and abuse of a vulnerable adult. The children involved in the incident have since been placed in the custody of the Department of Social Services for placement. In a statement tonight, Sheriff Anthony Dennis with the Sumter County Sheriff's Office writes, quote, "This is one of the most disturbing videos I have seen in my career. It was extremely difficult to watch, and I am appalled at the actions of all parties in the video. This incident will be investigated fully by my agency, and all parties will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. The investigation is ongoing, and more charges may be possible."
Who raised these children? This is what's before them. But we want to pretend, oh, well, it's the women, it's on the women's. John McGregor Jr. looked like a man to me. This is what they're raising. 1, 2, 3, ABC, felony. Yeah. Look at the ages of the children. This is what they're raising. This is what is before them. Again, then you want to sit up and complain about, oh, they're putting all this money in these prisons, but they ain't building no schools. What the hell for? They already know where these kids are going to end up. As I said before, when you're on top, when you're in control of things, you cannot have a lackadaisical attitude. You cannot live in la la land. You won't be in control for long. The power structure, they're keeping up with things to make sure that they stay in control. You think? Only a fool wouldn't. No offense, look at the Moors. Look at that lovely story. We saw how that turned out. If not, go check it out. Yeah, can't have a lackadaisical attitude. I'm gonna get with it when I can, when I feel like it. And you're gonna give it back, and they're gonna use. I'm not about to go into that, but you get what I'm saying? This is why they're building more prisons than they are building schools, because this is what you're raising. So if this is what happens to, let's say, this is what happens to a family member, the elderly, by the way, but should be respected. We know that's all out the window. If this is what happens to them, I don't need you to tell me what the hell you think a teacher gonna do with this young trash in the classroom. And that's what I said. See, the BC, a lot of times you want to pretend you should be calling them trash. Well, that's what they are. That's what they behave like. But that's okay. Go ahead and let the coddling continue. Let's go ahead and try to act brand new with these little young fools. Don't be surprised when you get out to society, the women, men and women that have like the badges, they're going to uncoddle you. You will be eating and pissing in the same location in a cell. But we want to act brand new. Oh, those kids just need some guidance. They just need to have a talking to. I know what they need. But we don't want to do that. We want to be friends. This on the screen, they like depravity. The truth is hard. We don't want to face that. We want to try to pretend. We really try to pretend like, well, everybody doing the best they can, and that is the best they can lie. They're not. These little demonic children, this behavior is created. This behavior is tolerated. And then next thing you know, it gets escalated. And he or she has moved from the ABC 123 felony 1Z into the county jail jumpsuit. I want to get out of here. I don't belong in here. They didn't have to do that to him. How were they raised? If you're the one that's running the show, you didn't have to do that to him. You didn't have to give birth to Dusty Jr. If you're not ready yourself on a steady foundation and life is still hard, what makes you think on your rocky foundation you barely standing on two grapes? But you're gonna sit up here and have a slither of children by Dusty Dan or Dusty Little TT, any kind of Dusty man, any nationality, and you wonder how that's gonna turn out. Look what's behaviors learned. Look what's before them. Darnisha, John McGregor Jr., and Malika. Then you wonder why teachers are quitting the school system. Then you wonder why nobody wants to teach your kids. Then you wonder why the truant officer is filled with you. Again, if this is the behavior that is exhibited at home, what do you expect a teacher to do? Behaviors learned. What do you expect a teacher to do? What do you see the future of these kids? End up behind bars like these fools right here. On the elderly. You have got to be kidding me. The sick and depraved mindset in the community. And keep on just having these kids. You think that, oh, he don't play that. And I hate to tell you, a lot of times, see, they're a little young. I mean, these ain't no youngsters now, but these are probably failures. Do not be surprised. People, when times get hard, people become very, the depravity really sticks out. And believe it or not, see, Mima, a lot of times these people, like on the screen, they haven't accomplished anything for themselves, so money might be tight. Mima might have a little house or a little something going for themselves, and they might be staying with her or always going, you'd be surprised, to the elderly to get money. And then they might start thinking, man, I wish this place was mine. I wish this place was mine. So think about it. So instead of them doing something themselves, then I let those kids do that. The kids hear them talking negative about me, Mom. Oh, yeah, that's highly probable. The kids hear them talking negative about me, Mom, and so the kids, they act in accordance with the conversations that they're hearing from the adults. What if she had fallen down and hurt herself, hit her head, and died? Those are children. If she had fallen down and died, don't be surprised that this on the screen, that might be what they want. Oh, yeah, that might be what they want to happen. So then I'm going to go ahead and stay here. Then you look up, the fools are so dumb. Let's say if it is a house, they might end up losing it because the dummies don't know how to pay the taxes on it. I'm telling you, people, let's not act brand new. You'd be surprised. A lot of these people, they can't make it. Times are getting hard. They don't have any. It's hard for the ones that do have skills and education. It's going to get harder for the ones at the bottom. So they might start looking at the elderly as, oh, if only this was mine, I wouldn't have to worry. I want this person gone. Have this place to myself. Don't have any money. Credit probably shot. Have any means to secure any. Are you kidding? A property can't even. Most of them can't even secure a darn lease. And this is before the rent prices start to surge. So people get diabolical. They don't want a job. They want to rob. They will sit up and think of a way to steal. I'm telling you, they will do it. So that's something like that. Get those kids to do it. They might be hoping that little old lady have a heart attack, and then they get to get that house. Then next thing you know, it'll be a fuss over who got what. They're really stupid. But yeah, things like this, you may see this materialize and think if something were to happen to them, what's going to happen to those kids? Oh, they're minors. Nothing. You think they don't know that? What's going to happen to the kids? Nothing. Boo, they've already thought about that. So don't be surprised. People can get diabolical. Hoping something happens to that elderly woman. They probably want a house or property. 2022. The depravity is on steroids. Again, you wonder why they're building more prisons and schools? It's because of what society is producing, the children. A product of your environment is true, and it always will be. They're a product of their environment, and you look at the environment and see what's going on, and you see, oh, we're going to need more prisons, not schools. These fools ain't trying to learn anything. And some of these kids going to be just like their parent. Go ahead and have your little rose-colored glasses on. You're going to learn today. This is why they're building more prisons than schools. This right here. Oh, you think you're tough, don't you? And then they may get into a foster home and might get abused. See where this is going? So one last time, ABC 123 felony.
The video
example.
that you're about to see may be graphic to some.
Unbelievable.
Now, according to the sheriff's office, video of this disturbing incident began circulating on social media today. Deputies say that a family member brought the video to them and an investigation immediately started. Investigators determined that a man in the family was leaving the children with his aunt for long periods of time, sometimes even for days.
ABC 123 felony, and I'm out.